This is here. This is now. This is the second coming.
All right.
It's on.
I can't hear anything.
Because you're not on mic 4.
Well, 4. There we go. We'll get it figured out here. Nothing like having technical difficulties here on Unscripted. That's why we are Unscripted, Adam.
I'm going to call it that.
Yeah, I mean, we looked like monkeys fucking a football this morning. Lee starts off with the wrong intro, but it was kind of catchy. You know, we rolled right into our regular intro. No big problem there, man. So how's everybody doing this week?
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
That don't sound too outstanding.
No, it was a shit week. Very, very shit week. Just every day there was something, and it was just like it just kept piling on, and it just. I'm glad it was over. Like I was ready to start drinking Monday afternoon.
Yeah, I don't drink, but I was ready to start drinking about Thursday of last week, man. It's just been, like you said, the weeks have been shittier since the first week of June. You know, they just keep getting worse and worse. But hey, you know what? They said it yesterday, and I'll say it again. You woke up on this side of the ground. What's up, Phil? You should be happy about that. But I mean, it's tough at times to wake up. Lisa, how you doing? We are in the Growing Wings Adult Services Studio number 2. Thank you. Make sure you guys share the feed. Just me and Adam here today. We're going to talk about some things that we got that we talked about the Big Ten. We're going to talk about the Kia Boys, the new apparent old roller coaster at Cedar Point. We're going to talk about that. But yeah, I mean, this week has been shit. Back here till Saturday. Got a double header at the racetrack, man. So looking forward to that. Glad to be back in studio. Haven't been here for a minute. Seems like forever. Glad to have you back with me, Adam. How's things going with you? I know you just got back doing your show the other night with the boys over there. How'd that go?
Not too bad. I mean, there's like, and it's funny because we were bringing up this like all this BS with the Big Ten and stuff, and all the different teams and stuff moving. So like that was a big topic.
18?
Well, I think they need to get 2 more, and then that way you can have 2 divisions of 10. But we'll get into that later. That's another,
Absolutely, you can call it the Big 20 then.
At that point, I mean, but at this point, you got to change the name, right?
You're going to have to, but like you said, we'll get into that, man. And Lee, how was your week? I know you went to the doctors yesterday.
Yeah, so it turns out this kidney thing might just be me drinking too much water every day.
Speaking of water, did you see what I sent you, Adam?
It fits now as to why you sent me that.
Yeah, so speaking of water, a girl just died for drinking too much water.
See, and that's my whole thing, because like the doctor, they always tell you 8 tall glasses of water a day, right? So I do about 4 when I'm at work, because you double that I fill the thing up with ice. So you're technically getting 2 cups out of that, and it's a 40-ounce cup. So, that's what, 80 ounces of water?
Yeah, I mean, I like water. but I can't drink that much. Like 2 or 3 cups a day, maybe 4 at the max, I'm good with. I can't do 8 unless it's really hot. Then I can drink bottled water. The bottled water, I like that. I don't sit down. Water's not my preferred choice of drink. If I sit down at the table to have something to eat, it's either milk or, and I hate to say this, I got to keep getting away from this. I got to wean myself off the pop, man.
Well, that was my other thing too. But like I'm down to 20 ounces a day. I try to drink one when I'm eating, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, dude. It's very tough to, get away from the pop and whatnot. It's tough to do, especially when you're out on the road, doing jobs that we do. I mean, it's tough to stay away from that, man. I mean, I'm over here today, got my water bottle, courtesy of Incredible Keepsakes.
Speaking of which,
I know, Adam. Listen to this. So a little birdie flew in on the jet, on Mikey's jet, and told me that you and the warden stopped by the house over there.
Yes, we did. Or as Mike likes to call it, the sweatshop.
The sweatshop, yeah. So he
Dude,
was like,
I'll tell you this right now. People, you have no idea all the shit that Mike and them are capable of doing in that place. Like I only thought it was like t-shirts and like cups and stuff. And I got we were there for almost 2-3 hours just hanging out with them talking, because it was literally like coming up with ideas of different things that we saw that was like, I'm telling you, you could drop a fortune with these guys in their shop, because like with Christmas gifts, I'm telling you, and they're not even overpriced. Like every price is reasonably priced.
And you know what else they are, Adam? They are local. So make sure you support local small businesses like we try to do here at Redline Radio. They are in Avon Lake. If you need a one-off, they can do that for you. Clint, my man, what's up?
Of course he's going to say the mug is ugly.
But yeah, so I mean, go support local. Incredible Keepsakes. Tell them Redline Radio sent you. Make sure you guys go support them. They do a lot of good things for a lot of good people. I know they do the Ohio Wheelman stuff. They do our stuff. They do Jeff and Lisa's stuff. They did Lex's stuff. They did some stuff for Lee Money. I don't know why Lee Money would get his face put on his shirt that he's wearing. I mean, I'm seeing double. He's over here producing. I'm looking at his shirt and seeing his face. 2 Lee Moneys is not good in the same room. But yeah, so I mean,
double the production.
Double the production. Well, it better be an A++ production. So I can yell at both of them. No, I'm just messing. But yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about this, and let's get into this real fast. Adam, the Kia boys. You said you didn't know nothing about them.
I'm still learning about them.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse out there. They had a fatal crash over on the west side. I mean, they're killing innocent people, stealing their cars. I honestly don't know what's going on with this. When's it going to stop? You got people out there saying, oh, well, it's Kia's fault. Well, how is it Kia's fault?
For putting the damn USB port in the freaking car in the first place.
Okay, I get that part, Lee. I do. You being a Kia owner, I understand that part. But
yeah, just broadcast that.
I mean, you said it before on your show.
I know, I'm just messing.
What's up, Jessica? Speaking of Jessica, the Women's Health Summit will be coming up. Make sure you guys tune into that. It's on Redline Radio. I think it's 3 Saturdays from now, right? September.
I don't think they have a conclusive date yet, but I'm also working on a Men's Health Summit for this one too.
Yeah. So anyway, this Kia boy stuff, I mean, this will put you through mental health here with this Kia boy stuff, man. It's a sad situation that we're out here dealing with this stuff each and every day. I see it on the news every day. It's a lot to talk about, man. I mean, thankfully I got a Jeep, but no car is safe these days, especially what's going on out there, man. It sucks tremendously, especially for Kia. I work at Detroit Auto Parts part-time, and one of the employees there, she's got a Kia. August 27th is the Women's Health Summit. Thank you, Jess. She's got a Kia, and they tried to steal it right out of the parking lot in front of all the customers and the people. And here's the thing. You're wearing a mask. So if you're going to steal something, be a man and fucking show your face.
Why? From what I read, what is it? Most of these are like kids aren't even old enough to drive yet. Is what it sounds like.
No, and then there's the shop where that's buying these stolen Kias and paying them a certain amount for how many cars they get.
On top of that, and this is something that's actually been brought up in the lawsuit against Kia and Hyundai for this because it's Hyundai's too. It's not just Kia's.
Right.
The parts shortage for Kia and Hyundai is now 5 years out from all the glass that's been broken, from the steering columns that need to be replaced, and the security update that was supposed to be available to all the affected vehicles starting in June has now been pushed out until next year.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Morning, Eric.
Yeah, Eric, good morning. Anyway, speaking real quick, another thing we're talking about on mental health. Did you just see Ricky Rubio step back from playing NBA basketball for his mental health? He just made that announcement. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, I mean, mental health is a big thing out there nowadays, and people just don't understand it. And, I haven't really said this much on the air or whatnot. I think I suffer from it. Because there's a lot of days I'm good, and then there's a lot of days that I'm really, really bad. And sometimes, and not to say that I'm not going to kill myself or never thought about it. It's just, it's a lot to deal with each and every day, especially with mental health. And, there's days that I just want to throw in a towel and walk away from everything and just sit in my room and in a dark room and not be bothered by anybody, man. It's tough these days. Things that have happened. Some people, it's your own fault that you allow that to get to you. You can't let everything or push everything underneath the rug nowadays, man, because you have to watch what you say. I mean, people's feelings get hurt big time now. Big time people's feelings get hurt. Just like, we're talking about this Kia thing. I know that I sent it to you, Adam. There's a lot of people on TikTok talking about, these Kia boys, it's all about mental health and the way their parents are raising them.
It's nothing to do with mental health. That's just they ain't getting discipline and getting their ass whooped.
It just don't make sense when you bring that up. And Mike Gregus, what's up, my man? Appreciate you and Diane over there at Incredible Keepsakes.
All right, Mike. Problem is, we come back. We're going to be there all day.
Yeah, we'll have to set up an unscripted live from the Gregus household. We could do it live from there. The sweatshop. But yeah, I mean, speaking on mental health, man, it's just like I said, getting back to that. These people that are saying that the Kia stuff is all mental, it's not true. They're doing this so they can go out there and be famous, like Lee said, on TikTok. I think they got over 1 billion views on this. And it's not only here in Ohio. There's like this gang, and I heard that they send a group text out like, oh, well, we got this car. We're doing this. We're doing that. Kia's making it easier for these cars to be stolen. And whoever found the USB plug, they're trying to sue them because when you go to work for Kia, which they're saying it was a Kia worker, it's confidentiality. So they're trying to sue that person who put the information out about that.
And he was just trying to do it to give people like, hey, if you lost your key, you can start your car with this.
Right.
Yeah, well, see what you created? You created a monster.
Right. I've put over $500 worth of work into my car to make it less
easy to steal.
Yeah. I've had to put an immobilizer on it. I've gotten steering wheel locks. I'm about to upgrade the alarm on it to include the back window, because that's the other thing Kia didn't do. There's no back window sensors on the alarm. So you break the back window, your alarm doesn't go off.
See,
why would you announce that on the air?
It's in the lawsuit. If it's in the lawsuit, it's
a public record.
Yeah. But anyway,
Clint brings up a great point. I mean, everybody's using the excuse as mental health. So if you think you do something to fuck up, I'm just gonna go ahead and say use mental health, and it'll be, just don't wipe their hands with it. It won't be a big deal.
Absolutely, you're 1,000% correct, Clint, and that's what this world has come to. It's an easy scapegoat. Well, it's my mental health that's done that for me, and I'm not cracking on anybody with mental health.
Because there is some that do have it. We get it.
Yeah, we understand it. I mean, like I said, I think I suffer from it myself. I mean, there's times that like I said, I just want to throw in a towel and walk away from everything and be in a dark room and just.
Yeah, but is it really mental health, or is it just more stress is equaling out to cause the mental health?
Well, Adam, I think it's kind of both, dude. There's a lot of
question.
No. Good question. I think it's a lot of both. I mean, a lot of stress that is, I would say, 60% brought on about worrying about things. Mentally, it takes a toll on you and your body. And
well, yeah, because you got to be careful. Because I mean, think about me. I had this stressed out so bad that I started having chest pains and thought it was a damn heart attack. Thank God it wasn't.
Speaking of heart attacks, tomorrow marks the 1 year that I had a heart attack. August 6th, 1 year ago tomorrow, I had me a heart attack. Have I gotten better since then? Yes. Have I kind of been lazy since then? Absolutely. Do I need to get myself back on track and just focus on my goal that I had? I really haven't been, keeping up with my goal over the last 4, 5, 6 months. And I need to get back to that because I was set, CEO, what's up? I was set to have a goal and I kind of got off task with that, man. And that's another thing that's very mental. You just like cigarette smoking. I think somebody on my Facebook just said, well, it's 367 days without me smoking. Kudos to you. That's 1 year. It's 364 days till I set my 363 days because the second day I got out the hospital, I set my goal. And I walked every day. Now is just, the shit that's happened over the past few months. I've really lost grasp on that. And I need to get back to doing that. And, we started off here on a hot streak with the show. The show worries me sometimes, not only because, I don't know if we can do it every week, which I know that we set out to do that, but you've missed, I've missed, we haven't done shows, which is okay. I get it. I understand.
Well, it's summertime. Wait till summer's over, and believe me, when it's wintertime, it'll be like, hey, ain't nothing gonna be a problem. It's just summertime is busy.
Yeah, summertime is really busy, especially for both of us, man. And it's
hell, you got a doubleheader this weekend. You got, what I'm saying? So with all the announcing you do, and then everything, I mean, it's busy, and people got to understand that. And I think they do.
Yeah, I mean, and some of our guests back out on us. Thankfully, that we've had some good guests over the last couple of weeks, and I know that we've been kind of getting away from that. But I got a few things that I got in the works that I can talk about here next week. Right now, I cannot do that because they're not confirmed. But this one, I will tell you, they are a very big guest, and I would think it would be our big. Well, I know it'll be our biggest guest that we've had on this show. And Adam, I've sent you a picture of her, and she'll be a pretty big guest. I just got to wait for her to confirm. So, but yeah, getting back. Go ahead.
Ant said he'll come back on anytime we need him to.
Well, I'd love to meet Ant. I wasn't here last time he was on. I know Chipper. I think Chipper was here, right? Wasn't or was it just you and Lee? It was Chipper and Lee.
All three of us. Yep.
Yeah. So you guys were here. I'm trying to get some. I mean, listen, I'm going to extend the olive branch out there. If you're an author, a musician, anybody out there, what's that?
TikTok superstar.
Yeah, TikTok superstar. Anybody out there who wants to get on the show, just DM me. Let us know. We'll schedule you. I'd like to have them scheduled 2 weeks in advance. I know I've been working a lot on doing that. So it's a lot to deal with, especially with mental health and, work schedule and, trying to run a radio station, trying to sign sponsors, trying to keep up with everything that's going on in life, worrying about the next place your dog's going to be at, because my dogs are only temporarily where they're at. And thank God, or kudos to Jenny and Lurch over there for taking them guys and watching them for me. Why I have no place to put them. Hopefully soon I'll have a place to put them. But hey, that's another story. But I mean, let's get back here to this Kia stuff, man. I mean, enough rambling on about me. The Kia stuff is made a lot of car sales go down for Kia.
I mean, the warranty, that's the biggest reason a lot of people want Kias is because the warranty, being the 100,000, whatever it is, and whatnot. But at this point, the warranty isn't even worth it if it can be stolen right from underneath you.
No, and they were cheap too. Now they're expensive.
Well, I thought that. I mean, I know a lot. Like we had a couple of guys that you know Ben, good old Ben Diaz, wanted that damn Telluride so fucking bad when it first came out. And he got one, and he said they're actually more expensive than people think. And this was before all this shit happened with the Kia boys.
Yeah, I mean, them cars are big on the West Coast. That's all you see in Vegas and California. Out there on the West Coast, there's a lot of Kias. Them Tellurides are pretty big.
Yeah, look, I heard they're pretty sweet. I haven't seen one like inside and driven one, but from what I've heard, they're pretty outstanding.
I got the test drive one. It's actually pretty nice.
It's almost like a spaceship. I heard with all the shit they got in it.
Yeah, and all right. So the Kia Boy thing, it only affects Kia's 2021, some 2022s, and older. So if it's a late model 2022 or a 2023, it's not going to have the problem that they have.
They must have fixed it.
Well, the problem is that they didn't put immobilizers in the engines.
Oh.
Well, let's hope Lee said they just fixed it. Let's hope they get that taken care of. And
wasn't there something back in the day that apparently if you had a key fob, it didn't matter what kind of vehicle it was, that when you were at a mall or a shopping center, that guys had some sort of thing that was could read, when you would hit your lock button, they could see where it was at, and it would give them a code. That way they could unlock your truck and while you were, your vehicle while you were gone. And inside the store, they could come up and swoop in and then put in this code, and then they'd have, and that's how they would steal it. But I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not.
No, I heard that before too. Justin, thanks for tuning in. The boys are one half of talking about balls. We'll have them scheduled.
I don't think Kyle's awake yet. He's probably hungover from last night at Buzzard Fest.
Yeah, I seen that, man. I seen that. Hopefully, you had a good time. Justin's been taking up some golf. A buddy of mine wants me to get into golf, and I told him, I said, I don't know nothing about it. So, Justin, give me some pointers, man. I need some pointers on golf.
Just go have fun. Don't try. Just have fun.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So, but yeah, I mean, next topic we're going to go to here is what everybody's complaining about at Cedar Point. Adam, and I'm going to let you take the floor with this because you have been there. I barely know anything really about what's going on there because the bullshit that happened with the Top Thrill Dragster. Here we got a little video of it. Lee's going to play it real quick. Let you guys be the judge and what your guys' thoughts are in the rebranding of this. So go ahead, Lee.
Hang on, got to resize the window. Okay. All right.
All right, Adam. So your thoughts on this?
Well, the thing is if you had all this shit going around the park, you're leaving, where the section is, they got different graphics, with different sayings, hyping it up. And that's the best you can do for a video. Be more descriptive on what people can expect. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to keep it short and to the point, but so obviously you see they're going to be building another end of it on the opposite, same height, everything. So you're going to have the two towers now, or the two places for the track. Question is, though, you can only run one car at a time. How long is this fucking wait going to be to ride this goddamn thing? Okay,
so let me ask you this question. This is the former Top Thrill Dragster that they're putting the same loop at the other end as well?
All right, you know how it is now?
Yes.
What they're doing is they're putting one on the back side. So that way, if you saw it, when you look at the thing, it tells you you get 3 launches total.
Okay.
First one only goes 74 miles an hour, so everybody's going to get what they've always coveted, and that's the rollback going up the first hill. You're going to get the one where you come back down backwards. Then as you go backwards, you're going up to the other side where that hill is, and you get launched from there all the way back through, up and over to the other side.
Okay.
But like it just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like everybody thinks that they know what it's going to do. But then like you watch that video and it's still like we're still kind of like, okay, we got a little bit of a gist of what it is, but like, is that it? Because remember, it was only a 17-second ride when it was just the first part of the Top Thrill. And then, of course, everybody's bitching about the name that, you couldn't come up with something more creative. Yeah, see, 17-20 was probably it was like 17 to 20 was all it was for the first, like, so you'd wait 3 hours for 17 seconds. But then again, it's for the adrenaline junkies.
Yeah. Well, have you ever been on it?
Been on it a few times.
And your thoughts about it?
Fucking, when you're going so goddamn fast, your cheeks are flapping, then you know you're like, yeah, like it's ungodly fast. 100, 0 to 120 and like now.
I see a lot of people that were talking bad about it, like you said, Adam, about, this is the biggest thing you can do after this lawsuit. It's really not a new roller coaster. You're just adding on to another one. What happens if a piece falls off that one?
It won't matter. They already said they're covering everything in the areas where the queues will be under coverage.
Are they going to do that for every ride?
No, just that one, because that one was that's where they had the issue. They've never had any issues as far as I know anywhere else.
Justin said it's essentially the same ride. You just can't do the initial launch anymore because that's what caused the bolt to shoot out and kill the woman. I don't think she got killed.
No, she's pretty fucked up. No,
I don't think she,
like, mentally, she got some sort of like, it was a brain injury after time.
Yeah, it just sucks though. I haven't been to Cedar Point in 3 years. I rode that thing, once. I liked it, but
well, the thing that gets me is if you pay attention to the train that you sit on, it's open on the sides. Like, that's going to be freaky as shit. Like when you're, just you look over and there's nothing there. Like you can almost stick your leg out if you wanted to, which I wouldn't recommend. But
some dummy will do that now that you said that, Adam. So thank you for bringing that up here. So now if Cedar Point gets sued, they can sue Unscripted.
No, I don't think we got to. Hopefully, well, the thing is who's going to be the first idiot? I think they're going to make on this one where everybody's got to put their cell phones in a locker or something like they do on Steel Vengeance. Take everything out of your pockets and put it in the locker because they don't want nobody to be that dumbass with a cell phone trying to hold it while they're going through the ride.
Somebody will do that.
And the woman that got hit by that piece is suing Cedar
She already
Point.
sued him. I think she won like $4.6 million, something like that, I think.
It was a lot.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot of people that are talking about that, about how Top Thrill Dragster should have been torn down. This lady went on a rant on TikTok, and Adam, I got to send you the video of it. I got to pull it back up. She went on a rant and said, how dare Cedar Point do that to their paying customers because somebody almost died at their park. Listen, okay? I get that you're frustrated. I get that you don't like the Top Thrill Dragster. She says she's not spending any more money at the park. I guarantee that she will be back at the park with her family spending money there, and they will try this new ride out. Shit like that happens. You can't control that stuff. You could try to control it, but you can't. What's up, Willie? How you doing?
He's not wrong. Take the warning labels off and let the dummies take care of themselves.
People, we understand that this is a dangerous ride. We understand that when you go there, your life could potentially be in danger. People, that lady is not the only lady that ever got hurt at Cedar Point or died at Cedar Point. Okay. People die every day. Things happen. We understand that. But for you to sit there and boycott Cedar Point,
what are the odds of that ever happening again, though? What are the odds of that, that even happened in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like 1 in, 10 million or something. It's a freak accident. It was, it was just one of those things that it was an accident. It just happened. It was never like it was set up or planned or anything like that. Like, and Cedar Point's pretty damn good about the safety for all their coasters.
Yes, they are. Because I know a couple people that actually work on them coasters, and now it is very strict. So for each part and each person that goes to a roller coaster, say you and me were working on it, Adam, you would have to sign off on my work. I have to sign off on yours. So you got 4 eyes. And no offense to anybody that wears glasses or whatever, you have to have 4 eyes on it, and you both have to sign off on it. It wasn't like that before. It was, okay, one person, we trusted that person. But now you're taken through these tests on how to double check, because in life, you got to double check everything if you want it correctly, correct? Isn't that what we're taught, correct? Yes. So, yeah. So now that's what they're doing out of Cedar Point. I know a few people that work out there. They've told me that. They said even their boss sometimes goes and looks at it. So,
well, think about it. That Carowinds ride, the Fury, the one that had the cracked pillar. Now they're saying there's another spot that's messed up, or a weld's fucked up or something somewhere. So
where's that at?
I want to say in the Carolinas or something. It's Carowinds.
So fill me in on this, because I've seen a little bit of it. There's a spot that's cracked and they're still letting the roller coaster run.
There was a video when it came around the corner, you could see the steel column was cracked. Well, they shut it down, they fixed it, everything was good, and now apparently they found another spot somewhere in the ride that needs to be replaced as well.
Wow. Eric says is in North Carolina. CEO says he was stuck upside down on the Batman ride for 3 hours. I just ate food and oh man.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rides somewhere that was just recently that did that. It was stuck in the loop for like 2 hours.
They just had that. That's what you're just talking about, right? It was like a couple days ago. They just had a roller coaster stuck, right?
I must have been. I know I read somewhere or there's been a couple times then, because there was one that I think it was stuck in the loop, but it wasn't around here. It was out of state.
Okay. But yeah,
upside down for 2 fucking hours, like I'd probably fucking lose it.
Dude, what happens if you got to piss or shit? Are you just going right there?
No, I'm not. Hell no.
How many times do you think you could yell Richard while you're upside down?
For 2 hours, 1 million.
I mean, that'd be a big leg slap right there. But yeah, yeah. Cedar Point, you got to get better with this promoting stuff. You got to get better. I mean, what is it? It's $80 now to get in the front gate, right? $25 a part.
20 to park.
20 to park. So essentially, you're spending $100 before you even walk through the gate. And you figure how many people go there a day. And now they're offering the season passes for $99 now till September 5th, because they're losing.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
What's that?
Try not to pass out.
I bet. Try not to pass out in the hot sun.
And don't forget now, too, Cedar Point is also cashless.
Wait. So you can't, or they don't take cash there, right?
Nope.
When did they start that?
Last year.
So you have to go buy them stupid cards?
And make sure you put all your money on one card, because if you don't, you're going to be buying multiple cards. Because once one card's empty, you can't just replenish the same one. You have to go get another one.
Okay, you being a season pass holder, all right. How long have you had a season pass for?
This is like the last 3 years we've done it.
What are the pluses of it, and what are the minuses of it?
Well, put it this way: if you buy a season pass, and like what we get is we get the meal plan, so you get 2 meals throughout the day. You can eat at any of the restaurants on site. And
even the melt.
That's not. Well, no, the melt is not. It's like the Cedar Point ones. Like if it's a chain, then you got to pay extra. But so what we pay literally for the meal plan and for the season passes itself and for the water park, within 2 visits, it's already paid for itself. If you think about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but if you visit twice, it's already paid for itself, and now you're getting it free for the rest of the year. And it's one of those things that when having a season pass, like, oh, well, we don't feel like cooking dinner tonight, or, and it's like 2:00 and we ain't really got no plans. Let's just fucking go out to Cedar Point for a couple hours. Go out there for a couple hours, let the kid ride a couple rides, go to the water park, ride some slides, do the Fat Man Lazy River, and come home. And it's something to do when there's really nothing to go, going on. You can just grab your pass and go.
Yeah, I mean, especially we live so close by it, man. It's not that far. You're about 35, 40 minutes away from it, man. So why not take advantage of it? If I had a pass, I'd just go out there and walk around and ride some of the rides that I could be able to get on. Because I mean, I don't know with my heart being the way it is that I could ride them rides like that. So I would just go and hang out and walk around. That's a big ass park. I'd go on the water rides for sure. I know that.
Just make sure they're running, because I know the one day we went there, it was the hottest day of the fucking year, and Thunder Canyon wasn't even running. It was dry. There was no water running, and it was all dried up.
Why was that?
It must have been malfunction, or they had some issues. So the only water park they had going or water ride they had going that day was Snake River Falls, which that's still there.
Do they still have the go-karts there?
No, they took all that out when they redid the Cedar Point Shores and all that shit.
Oh, okay. That's the last time I've been there. That's been a while.
Yeah, because they moved the ripcord that was over there. Remember where you would do the like bungee, the ripcord? That is now over by, what is that? The old Mantis and shit. That's over that way now.
I know when you used to walk in through the gates right there to the right, Demon Drop was there. Is there a ride there now?
Yeah, Gatekeeper.
Okay, and then there was one over by Disaster Transport that was on the beach. Is that still there too?
Nope. That's now like wild. This is the whole area. They put that new boardwalk, Wild Mouse, and Windseekers all back in that area.
What was the name of that ride that was back there?
What, Disaster Transport?
No, Disaster Transport. There was a ride that was like if you're in front of Disaster Transport and you look out on the beach right there, there was a ride that kind of went up like this.
Oh, Wicked Twister. They took that down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Wicked Twister. That's what I say. That's why they moved out Wicked Twister and all that, and that's where that new boardwalk. Which, don't get me wrong, the boardwalk's nice as hell and very, like, it almost seems like it's too rich for Cedar Point, because like when you walk in, it's like marble floors and shit. Like, it's real fancy.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a while, so I gotta make a journey out there, even if it's just for the sightseeing or whatnot. I heard their fireworks show is pretty good.
Yeah, they do like a bunch. Like, it's going to be getting to that time. Well, they do shows like, I don't know if it's every Friday or Saturday, but we haven't been there long enough to stay for one, because Piper's usually done about 7:30, ready to go home.
Well, that's why you take her like at 6 o'clock, Adam.
Yeah, on a Friday night, you go do the 5 to midnight.
Yeah, do the 5 to midnight and be done. I mean, that would be pretty cool to do that. I mean, see the fireworks there. I've never seen that. I also heard too that their Halloween weekends is pretty nice.
Yeah, and I guess if like, I know, because Piper doesn't like being scared or whatever, that I guess you can actually get a wristband that it lets them know to not scare you, kind of thing. That way you leave kids alone and this and that or something, I guess, from what somebody was telling me. Because I have people randomly walking around the park scaring people.
Wow.
It is what it is. I mean, it's that time. Everybody loves Halloween, so if you're a Halloween lover, that's the time to go.
Yeah, I mean, I like Halloween. I like going to haunted houses and shit, man. Don't go to the one at Blossom. The one at Blossom
sucks. That bad.
Yeah, it sucks. Well,
yeah,
go ahead.
I don't do them.
You don't do them?
Fuck no. Instantly, somebody jumps out of me in the dark, I want to swing.
So you wouldn't go to the Mansfield Reformatory? That's actually pretty cool.
I want to go to that, but not the haunted. And here's the fucked up. See, look, he even said they chase you around. Like, no, I'm not playing that shit. Like, with me, like Mansfield, I actually, as long as not like, it's not like a haunted house kind of thing, but like I know it's haunted per se. Like, I actually want to do the sleepover where you stay there and they give you all the equipment and do like the haunt shit. But like haunted houses, going to that type of shit, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I went there for the haunted house. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like. Yeah, I would like to go there during the daytime and do the tour. Just like Alcatraz, I'd like to go there and do that too.
Yeah, I know somebody that's been there. You know him too.
Who's that?
Mr. Mayor of Sandusky, Willie.
Oh, he went to Alcatraz?
Yeah, when they went out there for vacation, they actually went.
Yeah. I bet that's a pretty cool sight, man.
It is. I would imagine. I mean, from the pictures, I don't remember if you could take pictures in there or not. I think you can just take pictures of the outside. They won't let you take pictures inside, I don't think.
I wonder why. That's kind of stupid. I mean, it's been
Well,
closed for years.
it's the same way at the Alamo. I heard, like when you go down there to see the Alamo, they won't let you take pictures because there's supposedly writing in somewhere inside the wall. I don't know. There's a myth behind why you can't take pictures at the Alamo.
Adam, you went to Area 51, correct?
No,
you didn't. I thought you did.
I've never been out that way, out west.
Where did you go a couple years ago that was in Pennsylvania for the plane?
The Flight 93 Memorial.
Oh, Flight 93. That's what it was. I'm sorry, Flight 93. How was that? Because I'm thinking about going there.
It's worth every. I mean, I don't remember if they charged. I think it's more like donation based. But even if you had to pay, so be it. It's and take your time and take it in because there is a lot of shit. I mean, they literally have it chronologically. Like, all right, at, this time the people, they have the names of the people on the plane that, this time they boarded the plane. This time was this and this. Like first call goes out. This, first plane hit. Like, and as you're walking, the coolest thing I think, which I didn't know until after we were leaving, somebody brought it up, is you're walking in. Like it tells you like the first time there's a spot on it's like a darker brick and it has writing and it says, first tower hits, whatever at this time, then the second tower and so on. But then come to find out the path that they have of you walking into the building is actually the path of the plane before it crashed into the field into the back.
Wow.
And
Do they take you into the field?
You can walk back there. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good size walk because what they do is they have it marked out and you can walk around like it's like a big like cul-de-sac looking thing and everything where you walk around is where it actually crashed and you can still see the crater.
Wow. I mean,
yeah, there's things they got from the plane that they put, they cleaned up and put inside the building. You can see like pieces of this and that. You can see, I think they had that Todd Beamer's work ID is in there. One of the terrorists' ID was in there. A letter from the terrorists about how they were planning all this shit and stuff. It's amazing, like the detail of and everything you can. And then they have, if you can stomach it, because it's tough. Because I'll tell you what, when you walk in, it's very, very somber. You don't hear nobody talking. It is quiet as shit.
I bet everybody's got their phones put away too, don't they?
No, because you're taking pictures and stuff. So because they allow you to. But so everybody's just quiet taking pictures, and they have certain sections where you can walk over, and like you can pick up a thing. It's like a phone, and it gives for something like a description about what they're on, and it's actually all the voicemails of the people leaving for their loved ones as they were getting ready to go down.
Wow. I bet that's an eerie feeling.
It very. Like I got goosebumps talking about it right now. And then they got a nice little gift shop. Like the gift shop, if you go in there and you buy anything, all the proceeds go to a certain like 9/11 fund or something, I guess, for like the firefighters and the it's for the families of the firefighters and the cops and anybody that lost their life on 9/11, it goes like a fund towards them.
Man, I still can't believe we're coming up on 22 years of that happening. Right. 22 years on 9/11 that's happened, man. And, the world has changed so much in the last 5 years. It's doubled changed in the last 20 years. I mean, I remember exactly where I was when that happened. I remember.
Do you think that was the start of how soft America became?
I think yes. That was the very beginning. Yes. I mean, it's tough for us nowadays to stand up for ourselves. You got to watch what you say out there to people now. The stuff that we used to say back in the day and the stuff that we used to do, we're definitely not getting away with it now. Not happening.
Well, shit, I don't know if you saw or heard, but the night of the Hall of Fame game, there was a road rage incident down in Akron and somebody was killed.
Yes, I seen that. It was right down there. I was gonna bring that up, but with the Hall of Fame, speaking of the Hall of Fame game, we talked about roller coasters. Did you see that they moved the the Ferris wheel from the IX Center and put it down at the Ferris wheel? Or I'm sorry, they put the Ferris wheel down at the Hall of Fame stadium, and I guess had a malfunction.
I didn't even know I knew they moved it. I just didn't know where they moved it to.
Yes, they moved it down there.
So what is the latest with that place even?
The IX Center? We'll be back there for 2023 or 2024.
Is it going to be bigger? I hope.
No, it'll never be as big as it was ever.
And that's the sad thing about it.
It is, but I mean, that's what happens. Things changes with time, and people got to get used to it. Am I happy about it? Absolutely not. Is it my call? Absolutely not. It just when I talked to Steve last, he told me that the attendance at the Piston Power Show was down 3% this year.
Wow.
And this was the first year that they did that setup. It was down 3%. Food sales skyrocketed.
So
Fuck, it was $40 for a large pizza there, $40, and they were selling. I got a piece or two when I was there, and I know every time I went up there, I seen people getting 2 or 3 pizzas at a time. People come with their families to come there. People look forward to going to that. Just like, people talk about the prices at these football games or basketball games or baseball games. People, we got to get with it. Quit crying about it. Eat before the game or eat at the stadium. You're still going to pay for it. I mean, be thankful that you got coupons nowadays. I mean, when I use the go to McDonald's, I use the app. You get more shit. It's a lot cheaper. You're right. Arby's has went up. Mr. Heroes has went up. It's all, everything's going up. Gas went up. Price of cars, price of auto parts, everything's gone up. So we got to quit complaining about that, man. I mean, but again, Adam, out there at the Flight 91 that you're talking about, did you go out there with a bunch of people?
It was we went with Sean and Connie and the kids, and we went to Hershey, and on our way home from Hershey, coming back is when we went.
I heard the Hershey Museum's pretty sweet too.
Yeah, but Hershey was fun. It's just the kids were too young yet, and they weren't ready to ride shit. So it was like they rode a few things, but Piper that was at that age where loud noises terrified her, so everything was loud. Being it's Hershey, and so yeah. Needless to say, it didn't go over too well the first time around. She might be better. She might be more ready to go now. I think would be better, but
yeah, you guys plan on taking her back out there?
Yeah, eventually, maybe we'll see. I mean, I know it's cool to go to the factory, and then you go into their shops, and they got your Twizzler sections here, your Reese's sections here. Here's your Hershey's, and literally everything in that section is everything Hershey's or Reese's or Twizzlers, but it's like pajama pants, hats, shirts, anything you can think of. It's all that brand of whatever the candy is.
That's the way it is in Vegas at the M&M store. You got 3 floors of M&Ms, every color that they ever made.
Jesus. 3 fucking floors? That's a little ridiculous.
They have a merchandise floor. Then they have the one floor for the regular colors, and then the other floor for the not so regular colors, like the teals, the pink. What else did they have? Tan. They have the pretzeled ones that are up there, the peanut buttered ones.
Whatever happened to the crispy ones? The crispy ones were the good ones.
The crispy ones were the good ones. I don't know what happened to them.
They're almond now.
You know which ones I liked was the peanut butter ones. The peanut butter ones were
still love those.
Yeah, the peanut butter ones are still around. I eat them at work.
No, I'm not saying they're not around. I'm just saying I like them ones.
I just don't like some of the like the other day I saw, what the fuck is wrong with people? Mustard Skittles? Like, are we serious right now?
Is it the whole bag of Skittles that taste like a mustard? They're all yellow.
I haven't seen a bag yet, I just heard they're mustard Skittles. Like, mustard's not even that good right now by itself, let alone like in the candy.
So let me ask you this question: if it was ballpark mustard, would you think differently?
Yeah, I still won't eat it.
I mean, I'd try it, but I mean, that's just too extreme.
Like, my thing is what, like, when you bite into the Skittles, is it like a big squirt of mustard too, or like how did you like? I don't know. Stop fucking with shit. Leave shit alone. Like, I get everybody wants to try new things, but Lord,
where did I just have a burger at? Five Guys. Five Guys. Did you see that they have the black buns now?
What?
Yeah, the black onion buns.
Oh God,
they're actually pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not too bad. Remember, I don't know if Arby's has still got them, but the one that had the onion bun, the beef and cheddars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was a great combination with that. But I had the onion bun at Five Guys. It was in Euclid. I don't know if it's out here, but that one has it.
I'm sure if Five Guys has it, all of them will have it.
I mean, I don't know.
Eric might have brought up a good point. Maybe it is some like a sister company that with French's mustard or something that maybe there's like a sister company that makes the Skittles or whatever. Maybe they are kind of connected somehow.
They're probably going to come out with pumpkin spice ones next.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about football season. It's because it's football season for the guys, and it's pumpkin spice and UGG season and Starbucks for the girls.
Speaking of Starbucks, have you guys seen the latest? What's going on there? CEO says gross. So a guy went on TikTok and on Instagram, and he did a food review or a drink review of the Starbucks coffee. So they're small, they're medium, and they're large. If you dump them all in a large cup, they're all exactly the same.
No shit.
Yeah, they're all getting backlash for it.
There's always ways around shit. You save money.
Skittles is owned by Mars, who owns M&M's.
That's what I thought was Mars.
Yeah, Mars Milky Way. Ooh, Milky Ways is pretty good. I like Three Musketeers too.
Baby Ruth.
Butterfinger.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, I mean, you're right, Adam. You know, when is it going to stop about, trying these extravaganza things? I think there was ketchup French fry, or not fries, ketchup potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that was made by Lay's with Heinz ketchup on them. I'm a ketchup fan, but I don't want them on my fries. My brother used to put mustard on them. Big Paul used to put mustard on his
really?
Chips. Yes.
And drink. Let me guess. Washed it down with a gallon of the fucking 2%.
The moo, yes, absolutely.
Fucking Paul, god damn it.
I seen him one day do it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, this is good. You should try it. I tried it. I'm like, this shit's fucking gross. The other thing he used to do is his macaroni and cheese, he put ketchup on it.
I know a couple people that do that. That's not like it's not that it's uncommon, but it's still not a big thing that a lot of people do.
You know what I like to do is I like to douse my scrambled eggs with ketchup. I soak them in ketchup.
Denied.
How about how do you eat your French toast?
Powdered sugar and syrup. How do you eat yours?
Same way. Mother-in-law eats hers with ketchup.
What?
It's exactly. I'm like, I almost wanted to smack the fucking ketchup bottle out of her hand and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" I guess. And she also says that when you're making them homemade, that cinnamon doesn't go in the batter for the fucking French toast. I said, "You're absolutely fucking wrong. Yes, the fucking does."
Wow. So what does she put in her batter? Just egg and milk and some mustard to go with that ketchup?
Oh, but just eggs and milk, and then covers them in ketchup. I'm like, oh, like I almost can't eat when I see it. It's so disgusting.
Vanilla, cinnamon, sugar, egg, and milk.
Vanilla. That sounds pretty good.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can make it. I'm a French toast guy. I like waffles, though. You guys like waffles?
Love them.
What's your favorite topping on a waffle?
I can do powdered sugar. I mean, I don't like a lot of shit because I don't want it to be too sweet. Like syrup's fine for me. Powdered sugar, syrup, I'm good to go. It's like a funnel cake at that point, almost. But with syrup.
What about peanut butter?
I've heard a lot of people do that, but I've never tried it yet.
You know what they do? I think it's at Cuyahoga County Fairs. They sell these waffles, and you can put and you can do it on funnel cakes. You get 3 toppings. You can either get blueberry topping, strawberry, or apple topping on it. Get the one with the apple topping. You won't go to any other one.
No,
I'm telling you that right now. Get the apple topping.
Cedar Point does it where, what you got to be careful depending on how hot of a day it is. You get the funnel cake, and then you can get any kind of ice cream you want on top of it with whipped cream and then toppings. But I mean, if you don't eat it fast enough, wherever that ice cream's sitting, it just makes the fucking funnel cake soggy. And I like mine crunchy and, with texture, and I can't stand soggy ass shit.
You know what, Adam? Speaking of ice cream, I don't know if you like ice cream. I'm pretty sure you do. Have you been to Dinner Bell on Lake Avenue?
Not in a long time. I've been there, but not in a while.
Have you had their orange and white cream twist? You need to go.
Good.
Pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good. Sherbet and ice cream mix. Go get it. It's $4 for a large. I had it a couple weeks back. It's really good. Until I tasted the one out at Martin's in Euclid, which is strawberry ice cream and vanilla mixed. Awesome, dude. Awesome. I love ice cream. I mean, you got to try them two out. Both $4. I think it's fair for the price. It's really good for the price.
Right.
Go check them out. Dinner Bell and Martin's out in Dinner Bell's in Elyria, Martin's is out in Euclid on St. Clair. Check them out. If you're coming down on 185th, you make a right-hand turn. It's about a half mile down the road. It's right there. So make sure you guys check that out. CEO, that's right by your house. So hopefully you could check that out, man, over there. But yeah, Dinner Bell, they got that. Root beer floats are good over at Dog and Suds. Have you had the root beer float from over there?
Motherfuckers buy that shit like in a milk. What is it? They put it in like the root beer in like a milk gallon, isn't it?
Correct. Now that I live over that way, I got to stop and get one of their Texas burgers.
Just be careful. A lot of people have been complaining about how bad the well, that's another topic for another story.
Yeah, Eric. Oh yeah, CEO, go do it. If you're coming from your street and you're coming out on a St. Clair, you want to make a left. It's going to be on the right-hand side, right past the car wash. It's right there. Check it out. Get the strawberry and vanilla mixed twist. You can't go wrong with that. I want to drive all the way out there on my way to the racetrack just to stop and get one.
Yeah, how long does it take you to get to the track from there?
From my house, it's about 45 minutes. It's not too far.
So what, you got racing there today, and then what, Lorraine's running tomorrow?
Yeah, racing at Painesville today, Lorraine at tomorrow. We got the Bob Fry Classic tomorrow out at Lorraine. We're going to honor Bob Fatica, who lost his life a couple weeks ago. We're going to honor him tonight at Painesville Speedway. So if you guys ain't got nothing to do, racing starts at 6. Come join us tomorrow. Big show. TQ Midgets are also at Painesville tonight. King of Ohio Street Stock tomorrow at Lorraine. So big show out there. Yeah, I mean, CEO, check it out, dude. Hopefully CEO's coming out to the track, he told me. But we're getting ready to come up on break time here. We're going to take our break. We'll come back. And then me and Adam got a very interesting topic we're going to talk about. So for all you football fans, get ready because we're about to break this down. And we want to hear your guys' opinion about this. So, Lee, if you can send us the break real quick.
Original studio with 2 convenient locations, one on the east side. You can call 216-531-7373, or on the west side, and that west side location is also the home of Redline Radio Studio number 1. You can call them at 216-398-7373. At either location, mention Redline Radio and get 10% off your purchase. Speaking of sponsors that sponsor stations, Growing Wings Adult Services is the official sponsor of the state-of-the-art Studio number 2. Growing Wings Adult Services has over 7 years' experience taking care of adults with disabilities. For more information, contact Lisa today at 234-334-7547. And as testified by all their satisfied customers, Dynatech's diamond saw blades are the fastest cutting, longest lasting. Customer satisfaction is how we measure success at Dynatech, and our engineers are always available to help you troubleshoot and solve a problem on your job site. Dynatech is the only saw blade company recommended by the pavement marking manufacturing industry. They're located in Elyria, Ohio. Dynatech is committed to being the top diamond saw blade company around the world. You can contact Dynatech today at 1-800-466-9001, or you can visit their website at dynatech.com. NASCAR fans, if you're looking at getting specialized past or present NASCAR diecast and model car kits, you reach out to Pit Road Diecast. Bill Rabbits and the team are there for all your diecast needs. Call them today, 216-355-2347. Mention Redline Radio and get $5 off your in-store purchase. Let's not forget about the official merchandise provider of all things Redline Radio. That would be Incredible Keepsakes. T-shirts, cups, binders, keychains, you name it, Incredible Keepsakes can make it. The official merchandise provider for Redline Radio LLC and our show hosts. Call Mike and Diane today at 440-242-9648 or check out all their great merchandise at IncredibleKeepsakes.com. As Diane always says, cherished moments are made to last forever. Let's talk about home improvement. When we talk home improvement, we talk Wiggins Construction and Home Improvement. Bathrooms, kitchens, windows, doors, siding, radio stations, and so much more. Residential or commercial, call Will today, 440-731-7654, and tell him Redline Radio sent you. Bad Juju still remains the official band of Redline Radio LLC, covering all your favorites from the 80s and 90s. To book Bad Juju today, contact Chad Moon at 440-458-0209. Lucy's Pub is where we go when we like to unwind after a busy day. Located at 2218 Broadview Road in Cleveland, Ohio, Michelle and the staff at Lucy's are always committed to giving their guests the best experience. Join them every Friday night for karaoke and, of course, all your hometown sports games. Call them today, 216-675-0013. Stock car racing fan, I am. The premier stock car racing series in Northeast Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. Redline Radio is proud to sponsor the Ohio Wheelman Series. Still looking for sponsors for 2023? No better way to get your logo out there than on the fastest street stocks in the state. Not to mention, local racers are some of the most loyal people when it comes to supporting local sponsors. Reach out to Will Wiggins today about how you can be a part of the Ohio Wheelman Series. Driveway looking a little rough? Well, we know who to call. ACS, Affordable Concrete Solutions, LLC. Call them today at 440-714-1987 or go to their website, Affordable Concrete Solutions, LLC. You can also email them at Affordable Concrete Solutions, LLC at gmail.com. Looking to advertise with a radio station? Get a hold of Dave at Redline Radio at 440-503-0828. And for all of our programming information, check out redlineradiolllc.com. You know what else we got there? A 24-hour live radio station playing all kinds of music all day and all night. You can also check us out on social media at Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, LinkedIn. And if you want to take Redline Radio on the go with you, download the Redline Radio LLC app on the Google Play Store. We'd like to take a minute here at Redline Radio LLC to thank all of our great sponsors. Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Redline Radio and home of our original studio. With two convenient locations, one on the east side, you can call 216-531-7373, or on the west side. And that west side location is also the home of Redline Radio Studio number 1. You can call them at 216-398-7373. At either location.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If you guys want to go do us a favor, there's our new YouTube channel. We'll be going on YouTube next week. We could not get it to stream today. We had a 24-hour processing thing we had to take care of. So that's it. And check us out on there. We'll be on there. Also, Adam saying he wants some ice cream. We'll go get some ice cream, man. Eric, go get some ice cream. Adam, next time I'm out that way, me, you, Gail, and Piper will go get some ice cream dinner bill on me. So we'll get that taken care of. Also got to take you guys to dinner. But Eric, glad to see you're tuning in and back to work. Make sure you guys are sharing the show. CEO, I'll see you out there. Make sure you guys, or CEO, make sure you go get yourself some ice cream out there at Martin's and let me know how it goes. Who was that? Piper?
Of course, you heard ice cream and come running.
I'll take her to go get some ice cream. It's not no big deal. What's up, Piper? How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, we'll go to barbecues. Missions Barbecue. We'll talk about that real quick. That's in Avon. I had that.
City, isn't it City Barbecue?
City Barbecue, yeah. So,
I always heard their portions are small though.
No, we got it catered at work. It was fucking awesome.
Was it?
The only thing I didn't like is how they smoked their green beans.
Some people like it better that way though.
It's okay.
To each their own, I guess.
Yeah, their macaroni and cheese was good. All right, so let's get into this. Big Ten, we talked about it earlier. It's now the Big 18. So you got UCLA, USC going to be joining the conference next year, 2024. Not only that, not all. Yeah, I was just going to say, Oregon and Washington is going to be joining it. So what's your thoughts on this, Adam?
Can we get rid of Rutgers?
Well, I mean, they bring in money. This is like Deion Sanders said. It's all about money. We get on the players for transferring schools and whatnot to make their money from the NIL deal. Why ain't we getting on the schools for this? The Pac-12, what we got 2 teams left or 4 teams left in the Pac-12?
The Pac-4, son. So are all 4 teams going to make they're going to have like a tournament to see who their champion is regardless of record?
Before long, 2 of 4 of them teams will be in the Big Ten, and they'll change the name to the Big 20.
I think Washington State would be one to come over. Just
Washington, probably Colorado. And the only reason why I say Colorado's in the Pac-12.
That is right. They just moved, didn't they?
They did. There's a lot of talk, too, that somebody brought up, well, Notre Dame's going to be there. And Notre Dame ain't going to any conference.
Well, the funny thing is they might not have no choice sooner or later because if I'm not mistaken, the Big Ten's got – NBC has the Big Ten deal for the night games this year.
They do. I mean, that'd be pretty interesting if they do that. I mean, your thoughts, though. Let's get into that real quick. Your thoughts on it.
My thing is the Pac-12 knew – you see all these other SEC's bringing in Texas and Oklahoma. Okay, Big Ten's got, excuse me, originally it was just going to be USC and UCLA. Like, why wouldn't you do something like the best you could come up with for their commissioner or something was like this half-assed Apple TV contract? Not everybody that's a fan of your teams or that conference has fucking Apple TV, bro. Like. And then, it's just another subscription for people to pay for just to watch their games. Like, come on, dude. You got to be better than that. Like,
yeah, real quick. I want to give a big shout out to our new sponsor, Lee, if you could throw it up there real quick. Puff and Roll CBD vapes and Kratom. You can go check them out at Puff and Roll on Instagram. You can call them at 440-444-4443. They are located at 464 North Abbey Road in Elyria. Tell them that Redline Radio sent you. Make sure you get that 10% off out there. Go ask for Danny and Dave. It is right next to the T-Mobile store over there on the plaza, right underneath the bridge. So make sure you guys go check them out. Tell them that we sent you. We're going to be doing a live remote from there here soon. I'll give you guys the details on that. But Puff and Roll, make sure you guys go check them out. Dave and Danny, great people. But yeah, man, I mean, I agree with you though, Adam, on that whole realignment shit with the NFL, or not the NFL, the Big Ten. It's just, it don't make any sense, but I get it. It's all about the Benjamins. That's what it's always been about. And that's
think about how much better this is going to make the Big Ten.
Okay. Yeah. So here's the other thing now. Now are you having 14 teams in the playoffs? You're going to have to do that. Eventually, you're going to have to do that. And you talked about it too. Now there's no more cupcake schedules.
That's the biggest thing. Well, I think they're going to do what, a 9-game conference schedule possibly, and then like 2 would be like the non-conference. So you can still maybe possibly, that's the rumors, but things will change obviously. But just not that long ago they came out with, the way they were going to rotate it was that like Ohio State was like Michigan was going to play. Every year it was going to be Michigan State, Ohio State, and then there was one other one. And then Ohio State had like their, Michigan, Penn State, and somebody else or something. But like, is that going to change now? Like, and then, with them coming in next year, like Michigan's already playing Texas next year at home. Is that going to fuck up that game and get it bumped out because there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if you have a 9-game schedule, Texas would be your 10th. That's a hell of a fucking schedule, you know, for next year.
Okay, so here's how you do that just by listening to what you're saying. So you have 18 teams starting in 2024 in that conference, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you play 11 college football games, correct?
11 or 12, depending sometimes.
Okay. So 8 games of the year should be in conference. You should have 1 out-of-conference game and 2 smaller school games.
I wish we would just get rid of the smaller school games.
What's up, Heather? How you doing?
She was. I was cool. I was cool until I saw her comment.
Oh,
go Bucks!
She's from Ohio. What do you expect?
So am I.
I know. So am I. I mean, yeah. We see the toilet paper on your wall.
You hush your mouth.
But I mean, hey, speaking of your team, what's going on with Harbaugh over there? Got in trouble for recruiting?
Don't lie about it. That's the thing. You know, you're out buying fucking recruits cheeseburgers during a non, you know, it's supposed to be a dead period. That's what he got in trouble for. It was the dead period. They're not even mad he bought the kid a fucking cheeseburger. They're just mad he lied about it. That's the biggest thing they were mad about.
Yeah,
is that he lied about it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, you got him buying a recruit a cheeseburger, and it's a big fucking deal. But yet Tennessee was giving out fucking Wendy's bags of fucking bands in a fucking bag. Yeah. See, Eric doesn't. Here's the thing that gets me about Eric. Only reason he says Michigan sucks is because he's got Scott Bungard up his ass about it, because Eric is a South Carolina fan. Has nothing to do with Ohio State and Michigan, but wants to always run his mouth because, you know, this is because it's Scott and him is what they can do. It's all right. I got the last 2 years. You can all kiss my ass.
Well, you can keep them last 2 years and keep them in your memory because they're going to be an afterthought.
See, here's what cracks me up about that. You guys are so goddamn confident and cocky, which y'all were supposed to win it all the last 2 years, too. C.J. Stroud, the up-and-coming Heisman Trophy winner, and this and that. Couldn't even beat Michigan. Now you guys are starting over with a whole new quarterback nobody knows nothing about, but you guys
Kyle
don't win it all.
He'll be all right. Kyle McCord will be all right. He's got receivers. He can put the ball down the field. But you're right, though. You're right. You could give it to us all you want. You got bragging rights for 2 years. We can't say shit. You guys beat us 2 years in a row. Hey, hopefully we beat you guys this year. I'm not that confident, like you said, on the new quarterback, but he'll be all right. I mean, it's Ohio State. They'll find ways to get players and whatnot.
And
I mean, this is
got to come to our house again.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to go beat you guys in the big house and get and put this rivalry back where it needs to be. It's the biggest rivalry in football.
I don't care. It's finally back to where it needs to be.
People say the other biggest rivalry is the team that plays in First Energy or Jim Brown Stadium, as it should be called. That's right. What it should be called moving forward. And kudos to Joe Thomas. I'm not a big fan of the Browns, but Joe Thomas, Hall of Famer. Lee, can we get a round of applause for him? Little late on the round of applause.
He wasn't going to do it.
But
I had to get back to the right board.
Kudos to him for his Hall of Fame career, and congratulations on making the Hall of Fame. But I mean, Brown Steelers are the biggest rivalry in NFL. I don't care what anybody says. Ohio State, Michigan is the biggest rivalry in college football. Duke, North Carolina is the biggest rivalry in college basketball. I don't care what anybody says about that. Them are the 3 biggest rivalries. I mean,
here's the thing too. We got to look at for this year is that, and you know this with this year being that it's the last year for the 4-team playoff. You know, goddamn well, there's going to be nothing but chaos because there's going to be like 7 or 8 teams all with 1 loss, and they got to pick the best 4 teams out of the teams with the 1 loss.
That's why you go to 14 playoff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's for
12,
next year.
12 would be good. You go to 12 playoff teams. Top 12 get in. Top 12 should get in. And 1 should play 12, so on and so forth. Then you move to the winner's bracket.
Sorry, of course, the kid's never hungry until we're on air.
It's okay.
She can't go get shit for herself. Like, come on, you got chips in there. Go find something.
Adam, she's little. She wants dad.
No, it's
She
everything.
can-
No, it's just there's nothing good in the house. No, there's food. You're just too damn picky.
Oh, okay. So but speaking of the house, real quick, we'll go on that for a second. How's the new house treating you?
Pretty. Goddamn. I love the house. I hate the fact that everything's fucking electric. Because goddamn, them electric bills are a motherfucker.
Dude, tell me about it. Should have had a gas washer and dryer.
That's even electric, and that sucks.
It does. But yeah, let's talk about this still. The 18 teams that are in the Big Ten in 2024. Adam, which team do you think is most intriguing in the new Big Ten starting in 2024?
It's going to be, I want to say USC, but because Caleb Williams won't be there because he'll be gone after this year, I don't know. But I love the addition of Oregon and their 9,600 and whatever fucking uniforms that they'll bring with them.
What matchup are you most looking forward for? What's your dream matchup? If you had two teams that you had to pick from them 18, what's your dream matchup?
It'd be a combination of like either I want to see Ohio State and USC with Caleb Williams, but we're not going to get to see that. Michigan's already played Washington. They didn't have Penix or whatever they have now. Because that kid's, and that's the thing, like they're coming, the times that they're coming in, all their quarterbacks are going to be gone by next year. So, like, who knows how good they'll be. But I like the addition of, like, because, like the whole Lincoln Riley versus Ryan Day kind of thing for the coaching matchup. Lincoln Riley versus, Harbaugh. Lincoln Riley versus, like, Brett Bielema. And, now don't forget, everybody seems to forget that Luke Fickell's in the Big Ten now.
Yeah.
With Wisconsin. So there's going to be a lot of intriguing matchups. Like, I know, what is it, next year? I think UCLA comes to Michigan, but Michigan goes to USC. So we got to play out there, in Memorial Stadium. And I think Ohio. Go ahead.
That's one thing I'd like to see is Ohio State, UCLA.
I think you guys played them not that long ago. Well, that's Brian Kelly's the coach there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's another big.
I'd like to see that, and I'd like to see Michigan go against Oregon.
I don't want to see that. I've already seen that twice when they beat us both times, but we were also I think that was like during the Rich Rod and shit era.
Yeah, but when's the last time that's happened? It's been a while, right?
It's been a very long time.
Now it'll probably be every other year that they do that.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're going to figure out the rotations for that. Like, because you're not going to lose the Ohio State, Michigan, or Michigan State rivalries. Like, Michigan might get lucky and avoid like the years of Wisconsin and Iowa's are good, or Purdue's or Northwestern's. Like, it's just going to be weird to see how they're going to finagle that with all these teams coming in and being like, well, okay, well, you don't have to play these guys for like 3 years. Like it's going to be like a 3 to 4 year rotation, possibly.
If they do go to 20 teams, I'd like to see Colorado in there because
West Virginia,
Colorado and West Virginia. I was going to say that. You add them two teams, I think you're set on the Big 12 or on the Big 10. You put West Virginia and Colorado in there, and then there you go. You have 2 conference games and 1 out of conference game for the rest of your schedule. There you have it. It solves it all. 2 conference games.
You could do it where if, say, Colorado doesn't want to come in because they want to stay with the Pac-12 or whatever, or the Big 12, whatever they're moving to, you bring in West Virginia and Pitt. That way you get to bring in the backyard brawl.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that too. That's another good thing too. I mean, I'd like to see that. Ohio State versus Pitt, Michigan versus West Virginia.
Too many the colors. Which I could go down there. I got Gail's got family that lives in West Virginia, so I can be like, hey, I'm coming down to stay with you guys. I'm going to the game.
Hey, my brother Tom's watching. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see if he can chime in on this through the comments. Tom, what do you think about the Big Ten adding 2 more teams to it with Oregon and Washington, and in 2024, 18 teams will be in the Big Ten. So we're going to have to rename.
I think we're getting to the point where we're literally going to head. It's going to be like 3 super conferences, and that's it, and then everybody else.
Probably that's the road it's going down. I think, and talking about it with just sitting here talking about it with you. You talk about money. Deion Sanders is money out there in Colorado. You don't think he's going to go where there's absolutely. You don't think that he's going to go where the money is? Is he going to make more money in the Big Ten? Or is he going to make more money in the SEC? Where would he make more money at? because they're going to have to go somewhere.
SEC is going to make more money for the time being, but I think the Big Ten's not far behind.
I mean, Dion is smart out there. He's got them players. Like, I've been watching some of his press conferences, and I've been watching some of his practices and his kids talking about it. He runs it old school, and if you don't respect him, you don't play. He told everybody, you're earning your jersey numbers this year. If you had a jersey number last year, it's up for grabs. You earn them jersey numbers.
Why do you think he has a high turnover rate right now?
What's that?
Why do you think he has such a high turnover rate right now? All right, Eric, we'll see you, buddy.
Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, my brother's right. It is a money grab, and it'll always be a money grab, and the Big Ten ain't stupid. They see these teams that are out there. They're going to make it 20 teams, like you said, Adam. Don't make it 20 teams by, I would say, by 2027, maybe 2025. It'll be
25.
2025, it'll be 20 teams. By 2030, it might be, unless they want to max out at 20, because you're going to have to max out at a certain number. You can't keep adding teams to that, because then you're just going to take money away from other schools as well.
Right.
So 20 teams you should max out at. But I like the two or the 5 interconference game, or what did I say? The 10 interconference games. You play 10 teams from your conference. Each team plays them once. One lower school. You can't go wrong with that.
And I don't like to normally to agree with Albert Breer just because he's an Ohio State alumni. You know what I mean? But he brought up a good point. Like, if you get to 20, you could do it 10. Obviously 10 teams per division. And have it like the originals and then the nationals side is what he called it. And then you'd have your 2 best teams from each one play each other in the Big Ten championship at the Rose Bowl.
I would. Okay, sign me up. Where can we watch that at?
Not the actual Rose Bowl game itself at the Rose Bowl Stadium instead of Indy.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm okay with that. Actually, I think, here's how I would do that. Now, people may not agree with this. I would play it at who's got the better record stadium. If you're tied, if Ohio State's 12-0 or 11-0 and Michigan's 11-0, so they put Ohio State in one division. Now I'm just using this as an example, and Michigan in another division, because you're going to have to put 2 powerhouses in each division. So you can go off of that. So if you put Ohio State one division versus Michigan, that's money there too. You're going to add to that rivalry. But who's ever got the better record, and if they're tied, then you go by points scored or points allowed. That's how you do it. And then you play at their home stadium.
Oof. That's tough.
It is tough, but imagine going to UCLA in December. It's going to be nice, or UCLA comes to Ohio State.
Well, that's what they're talking about with the new playoff system.
I mean, I would love that. Let's do it. Sign me up. I'll watch it all day long.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, you might get a lot of people are just going to be like, oh, nobody wants to see Northwestern versus Oregon and shit like that. But you'd be surprised, Northwestern's good every 6 years, but with their scandal.
Did they find a coach yet?
Yeah, they got somebody they hired. I think it was somebody got bumped up that didn't get fired, more or less.
What's your opinion? It says sounds good to me. What sounds good to you? Let us know. Chime in. Who'd they get, Adam?
They got one of their defensive coordinators, or somebody got bumped up. Well, nobody said that sounded good.
Oh, I mean, West Virginia versus Ohio State, they'd probably be in the same conference. They're close to each other. I'd put them in the same conference. I would do the teams that are out on the West Coast. How many teams you got on the West Coast? So UCLA, Oregon, Washington, USC, I'd put them in one conference altogether.
Or one division.
One division, and then the other 6 teams you can mix up, like Rutgers, Northwestern, you'd have Ohio State, Purdue, Michigan, put Michigan in one of them conferences and Ohio State with the other teams out there, because them are your 2 powerhouses from the Big Ten. And then you add on from there. They said the 20 teams. It's going to be that way for long. But Ohio State, West Virginia, I mean, who doesn't like that? You don't want to see Ohio State beat the Mountaineers?
I don't want to see Ohio State in the championship game, period.
Yeah, well, we know your opinion on that. I don't want to see Michigan in there. It's not fun. Didn't you guys get rolled the other last year when didn't you guys lose to Notre Dame?
No, we didn't play Notre Dame.
Oh, we'll get used to it, he said. He thinks that's going to happen. It could happen. I like it.
No, we don't play Notre Dame again until like 2033 or some shit like that.
No, I mean, if they join the Big 10 or Big 20, whatever it's going to be.
Fuck. I mean,
it's only going to take 2 more teams for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is you sit here and speculate on what 2 teams they'd be too, because there could be anybody.
Okay, so let me out of these 3 teams: Colorado, West Virginia, and who was the other team we were just talking about?
Pitt.
Who?
Pitt.
Out of them 3 teams, what other 2 teams would you like to see in the Big 10?
Well, Kentucky's never going to leave the SEC.
Don't never say never.
Well, never say never, but
money talks, bullshit walks.
What about like a Louisville?
Okay, I could see Louisville going there.
I'm just thinking geographically. Obviously, which geographically doesn't fucking matter because you got all the West Coast teams now. But I don't know why. I got this feeling that.
I mean, what's your opinion? Who is that? Is that Cream or Jimmy?
Probably one of them.
It says the money will force Notre Dame into a conference.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. It will, because they're going to get to the point now they're not going to make any fucking money being independent. If they want to make money, they got to join a conference.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: if you're Notre Dame, where are you going? What's the smarter move for you to go? Big 10, SEC.
Big 10, because they'll get smoked in the SEC.
Probably, but they'll probably make a lot of money in SEC. Well, they make a lot of money with the Big 10 too, but it's up to them where they want to go.
If you're going to go for the money, you go to the SEC. But if you want to be competitive, I think you're going to go more. I don't know. I guess if you go to the SEC, it would make you more competitive because of what you're dealing with. Because everybody knows that right now they say the SEC is the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? But the Big 10 is coming around, and then obviously with the addition of these 4 teams, it's just going to make them stronger.
I mean, I agree totally. I mean, the thing is, I'd like to see Pitt in the Big 10. That'd be nice. I mean, it's close. I'd go to a game if it was against Ohio State. I only been to one Ohio State game in my whole life, and that was against Rutgers. Can you believe that?
Boring. What, they win like 80-0?
It was like 63-10.
Yeah. See, I've been to 6 or 7 games, and I haven't lost yet. So that's why I'm kind of, now that they're winning, I'm like, I don't want to go and jinx it because I don't want to be the guy to make them lose.
You've been to a game in the Harbaugh era?
Yeah, I've been to a couple of them in Harbaugh's era. I went to the Iowa Big 10 championship game. That's where that picture right there is actually from that game. That's why I bought it, is because I was at that game when Donovan Edwards threw the touchdown pass to Roman Wilson.
Oh, okay.
And they both signed it.
Sweet. How did you get him to sign it?
Well, it's just there's a store up in Michigan that I go to that he has everything Michigan, Michigan State, Detroit, and like anything Red Wings. And I went up there and I spent my birthday money and spent a lot. Let's see, I bought that. I bought the Quorum there that day. This Hail to the Victors thing in the corner. I'm trying to think of what else I bought.
Oh, it's Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing?
Yeah, but I bought let's just say I spent a pretty good amount that I'm like, once I got the total, I'm like, I go to give him my card. I had to split it because it was like too much on the card. So I had to put X amount down with cash and then break it down that way to pay it because it was so much.
Fuck, you still get birthday money? I ain't got birthday money since I was 10 years old.
No, it's not that it was birthday money. It's just it was my birthday and it was my paycheck that week. So it was like I just took what I could and I saved up like 2 weeks worth of checks and that's why I went and spent the day.
I don't even get birthday gifts anymore. After you're 40, you don't get shit. So
yeah,
get used to it.
Birthday gifts at like 18. Like the fuck you talking about?
I'm just messing with you.
You're an adult now. You don't get shit.
Yeah, exactly. Real quick, want to give a big shout out to thoughts and prayers to Sean over at Pit Road Diecast. She's going through some stuff. If you guys can say a prayer for her, reach out to her on Facebook, Sean M. Klein, or reach out to Pit Road Diecast. Leave them a little thoughts and prayers that you're thinking about them. Let them know that you heard it here on Redline Radio. Make sure you guys go support Pit Road Diecast. They are one of the official sponsors of Redline Radio. If you guys like Diecast, go there. Tell them that Redline Radio sent you, and you get $5 off your in-store purchase. But yeah, I mean, the Big 10, man, I like what's happening out there. I like it. I really do. I mean, people are like, oh, well, they're adding more teams. It's going to take away from the nostalgia of rivalries. No, it's not. It's going to add more rivalries.
Right. I mean, think about it. You're going to see, like, you're going to get the Ohio State, and Michigan to play the UCLAs, the USCs, the Oregons. Like, those are going to be big-ass games,
And let's just hope that they'll count. Let's just hope that they'll count for something. I would love to see Ohio State, UCLA, or USC in the Big Ten championship, like you said, or a Michigan versus UCLA in the Big Ten championship, or a Michigan versus Oregon in the Big Ten championship, or vice versa, Ohio State. I mean, that's cool. That's ratings. People
here we are talking about all this shit and watch it be like an Illinois versus fucking Washington, or an Illinois versus Wisconsin, fucking whatever.
If that happens, I'll shave my beard on Unscripted. Live on the air.
You're first, people. Go Illinois, go Badgers.
No, not happening. At least for the next 10 years.
Well, think about but think about the coaches though. Look at all the big name coaches now you'll have in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Brian Kelly, Ryan Day, Jim Harbaugh. Who else you got over there? Lincoln Riley's at UCLA or USC. I forgot about that. What's the Oregon head coach?
Wisconsin is Pickle. Oregon is fuck. So one dude he went from Miami, I thought. Diaz, isn't it, or something?
Oh yeah. You're right.
Or did he go? Or was he the one that went to Miami?
No, I think you're right. I think he went there.
Dan Lanning is the coach of Oregon.
The other intriguing thing that is out there. I mean, we keep saying adding these other teams, like you said, Adam. Pitt. Would you like to see Pitt versus Penn State?
I think that'd be interesting. Like, think about it. Here's something we don't think about either. Think about a night game, the whiteout, Penn State, USC, Penn State, Oregon. Like, that's granted, I'm not a Penn State fan, but that is one goddamn thing I got to do in my lifetime is go to a whiteout game just to experience it because of how it is.
Hey, I'm down. Let's go.
And don't get me wrong, I am kind of pulling for Penn State in a way. Like, obviously, when they're not playing us, just because of the fact that that's a local kid, from Medina, Drew Allers, is now their starting quarterback, and this kid's supposed to be he's kind of like built like Big Ben. He's 6'5", big, tall, strong arm kid. So we'll see how he does this year as his first year starting.
Speaking of Big Ben, real quick to not get off topic, because Chipper says I don't stay on topic at all. That was one of the things he wanted to change for Steel City Renegades. So I'm going to be working on that. He told me that.
Baby step.
It's okay.
Thanks, Jimmy.
We got to have you and Kareem on, man. So anytime you guys want to come on, we'd love to have you guys. It'd be awesome.
Because I don't want all you guys. We're still outnumbered by all you Steeler fucks.
How?
Kareem's a Steeler fan.
Okay, so what?
You suck.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
It's not my fault. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, about staying on top. Oh, about Big Ben. One of his teammates came out recently on a podcast and talked about how he was not a leader on the field and that he got special treatment from coaches and that there was days that he didn't have to show up for practice while other people were out there busting their ass. And he said if Charlie Batch would have started the Super Bowl that we lost against the Packers, that they would have won.
Wow. Fucking Charlie Batch.
Because Batch was 4-0 that year that Ben got hurt. Ben missed 4 games in the middle of the season. He was 4-0.
Well, Ben did kind of feel like he was a fucking diva.
Well, I mean, all-star quarterbacks do that.
Well, true.
He basically owned the Browns. He owned them.
Yeah, well, we don't got to worry about that now because he's long gone.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that during football season coming up. Speaking of that, real quick, I want to give a nice little plug. Steel City Renegades, guess what? We come back next Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Next Sunday, we come back from 10 until noon, our new start time. We got a few things we're working on. We're going to try and change up the show a little bit, trying to stay on topic, as Chipper would like to say, because I guess I don't stay on topic, but it is what it is. But yeah, again, the Big Ten situation, Adam, what else do you think that they can benefit from by doing this?
I mean, I think it's going to be it'll help. I would imagine it would help with recruiting. Obviously, that's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, but the problem that the Big Ten, I know a lot of people complaining about, with like the Ohio State, and especially it's a big thing with Ohio State and Michigan, is that for whatever reason they don't have the money for the NIL like the Alabamas and the Georgias. It seems like there's always that thing that, when I get on these Michigan fan page sites, is that we don't do enough for the NIL, and that, then Ohio State's not doing this and Michigan's not doing this. If they would do this or this, then we get these bigger players in. But I also know that, like, Michigan's a hard institution to get into because they want you to go by off of your academics, and they're all about, everything with academics and whatnot and stuff like that. But if they bump up their NIL legally and, the right way, and not be like, you got to be able to compete with the Georgias and the Alabamas of the world. Because if you can't compete with them, then you're not going to do shit.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, the problem is, people, you're not going to please everybody, especially with the Big Ten having all these teams. Is somebody lighting a lighter? Oh. You're not going to please anybody with, Big Ten adding these teams, and you're not going to get people to understand what this is about. And like my brother said, it's about money. That's what it's about. It's always been about money. It'll always be about money, and we'll continue to say it. It'll be about money. That's what it's about. And if you guys don't see that, then there's something wrong with you.
Right, exactly. Like, and think about it too. Like, a big thing for this year in college football: Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama. Three of the top 5 teams in the league are all starting new quarterbacks this year. So we don't know what to expect from them. And Georgia's still being highly touted as, they're going to three-peat, which to God I hope not. But I mean, it is.
You don't want Georgia three-peating?
I didn't want them to back-to-back.
Well.
But I didn't want TCU to win either, so I was kind of.
Ohio State would have missed that field goal, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, I'd be hearing your guys' mouth, and thank God you missed it.
You suck.
Fuck.
That couldn't have went down any worse than what it was. The ball was dropping,
and then the ball's going wide left.
Ball's going wide left.
Yeah, I had my stepmom try to tell me to turn the damn game off to put on the ball drop. I'm like, the ball drop's on my phone. Go over there if you want to see that. The game's more important right now.
Yeah. That was a great game by Ohio State and a great game by Georgia.
You won, but.
What's that?
You should have won, unfortunately, but you didn't.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Didn't happen, though.
I was hoping, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't want it to be that way, but I would have loved to have seen. Could you imagine the ratings and the everything, like all the hoopla and everything for it to be an Ohio State Michigan national championship?
Listen, if it would have been, oh boy, that'd have been the biggest money-making ratings game of all time. All time.
Most watched, most everything.
Yes. And if you people think that wouldn't be, there is something wrong with you mentally and physically. Ohio State versus Michigan national championship. It's what everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to see that. The biggest money made ever in college football would be that game.
Yep. The thing is everything I'm seeing so far this year, of all the pundits, as I like to call them, the analysts and the guys making picks. Everybody is weird because everybody's so different. Everybody that I've seen so far has Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State all going 11 or 12-1 or something. And the thing is out of those 3 losses, the losses are to each other. So how the hell do you figure that shit out then? If Ohio State beats Penn State, but Michigan beats Penn State, and then Ohio State beats Michigan, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? How are you going to figure that out as into who goes into the Big Ten championship game with one loss? Then you got to go to what? Games in the conference?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how they would do it. But, I mean, it's going to be a lot of money made by the Big Ten this year with these new teams coming. There's going to be a lot of money to be doled out. So it'll be 20 teams by 2025.
I hope so. I mean, I would love to talk about it for the next 2 years about who we think it might be because it could change weekly.
I mean, is there any sleeper team in the Big Ten that everybody should keep their eye on, Adam, that you think?
Illinois could be a wild card this year.
You think so?
They were good enough last year. They just had, it's just a couple of plays could have went their way. They should have beat Michigan. You know, that was the one game that I think it was like the trap game for us that we almost overlooked and blew it, but thankfully we pulled it out in the end. But and I think the last 2 times we played them, because they're one of those ones that we play like every 4 years or some shit, you know, where they're randomly good. And hell, I think the last time we played them before this last year was that 7 overtime game. Try watching one of those, dude. That's nerve wracking. Oh, dude, that is nerve wracking as fuck.
I remember that game.
I remember sitting on the edge of my seat, like, will somebody just fucking get one stop so we can end this shit? I'm like, oh my god. But I mean, but that's what makes college football so much more exciting than the NFL.
So, what do you think about the XFL and the USFL this year? I see a lot of players are going to the NFL from both leagues, which is good. They did what it was supposed to do.
Sad part about it is I didn't watch a game in either league.
Not one?
Not one.
I watched a couple. I think that there should be more fan supportive. I know that they're both leagues that are trying to get up off their feet and whatnot, but I mean, it was good football.
Yeah, they said that
better than the USFL.
I actually think the USFL was a little bit better. They both had their ups and downs, but I think the USFL it'll be all right. Just got to get a couple bigger name people in there. If you can get some bigger name people, like you have to go steal somebody from the NFL. That's what you're going to have to do, like they did back in the day. I mean, somebody says that's what killed it, but we know that's not what killed it.
Did you see that Cincinnati signed a quarterback from the Brahmas to replace Joe Burrow?
From the Brahmas?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name offhand. I did see something like that. I also seen the Steelers got a wide receiver from the XFL. The Browns got a
the defensive MVP, I thought.
Yeah, from the USFL.
But I don't remember what his name and if he's even with the team anymore.
No, he's still with the team.
Is he?
Yeah.
The Bengals signed Reed Sinnett.
Sinnett. So good. I mean, that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Speaking of football, it's going to get hot and heavy here in the next couple of weeks on Redline Radio with football talk. I know we said the Steel City Renegades are coming back. Me and Adam are working on getting some coaches on our show, high school football. Adam, some things I wanted to talk to you about off the air about some ideas that I got moving forward with the show, especially with football season up. I want to kind of concentrate a little bit more on high school football. So if we can, we'll talk about that off the air on how I'd like to get that to work and whatnot. But the other thing is too, I want to talk about, I know that this ain't about football or whatnot, but this is unscripted. So we're going to go off the script here. Adam, what do you think about this Hollywood strike that they're going on? A lot of talk about The Rock showing up tonight at SummerSlam.
Good, because I really don't give a shit. They make too much goddamn money anyway, so I don't know what the fuck they're. I mean, what is it? They're striking because they're using what? Like, I haven't even like. I don't. This is exactly why I don't watch the news, because it's nothing but bad news and it's nothing but politics. And I'm so sick and tired of all the like political shit going on between Trump and
there's no political stuff going on right now, is there?
Yeah. Like, I'm just so sick of it all. Like, that's why.
And how the studios would only pay them for their first appearance. And then it would be in the contract that the studio could use their likeness, their voice, and everything else was just an actor in a green screen bodysuit and not have to pay for the real actor to be there. And then also it's streaming rights because they're not making enough money off of the streaming. Once it hits Netflix, there's no residuals or anything like that. So the only money that they would make would be off a home video, and that's only if the streaming platform decides to put it out on home video.
Well, there you go. It took Lee 2 minutes to explain it to us. Yeah, okay, whatever.
No, I know, I get that though. I mean, if like, and that's kind of what I knew the gist of it was, is that a lot of the people are saying like, no, if you're going to use my name, image, and likeness or whatever, then you're going to pay me for it. Like, not just this one-time deal thing. Like, I'm an actor for a reason. You're not just going to use me for this. It is what it is, but they make way too much money anyways. It's no different than if the NFL were to go on strike. They're a bunch of overpaid crybabies.
What do you think about the Nate Diaz?
When is that?
Tonight.
Oh, Jesus. What, him and Logan? It's Logan, right?
Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. That's tonight.
Oh, Nate. Yeah, because Logan's the one that's in WWE.
Yeah, Nate or Jake Paul. I guess his crew was talking shit to Diaz's, and Diaz is like, "You ain't even been here for a cup of coffee. I don't even know how you got this match." And Jake was like, "It's all about the Benjamins."
That's all it is, soon. It's all probably staged.
Nate Diaz says that he's going to knock him out in the first round.
Yeah, didn't somebody else say that too? And then he lasted the whole like end up on a draw or a fucking decision.
Yes. So let's talk about SummerSlam real quick. Do you think Roman finally gets beat? Who do you think? Do you think? I think somebody's going to interfere, either cost Jay the match, or they're going to cost Roman the match.
It'll end up being. Or is it with this the way these with this tribal combat shit? Is it that there has to be a winner?
That I don't know because they haven't got into the rules. I've heard multiple things about the tribal combat.
I get this feeling they don't want Roman to lose just yet, and they're not going to want him to lose to Jay. They want to keep the storyline going because.
But who does he lose to? Who does he lose to? Who's the perfect story for him to lose to?
If he wouldn't have re-signed with AEW, Kenny Omega would have been perfect.
I disagree.
I know you don't like him. That's why I said it.
I disagree. I mean, I think the perfect person for him to lose to is one of the Usos. It's got to be Jay.
But they're a tag team, so like it's so hard to it's like Rey Mysterio winning the fucking World Heavyweight title. Like it should have never happened.
David Arquette has actually won the WCW.
He is the worst one ever, but like
the worst.
Rey Mysterio second.
WWE posted the rules for the tribal combat match.
Okay, so what are the rules, Lee?
The match will have a no disqualification rule. The elders of the family need to permit the match, and the position of tribal chief is on the line.
So tribal chief and the undisputed heavyweight championship.
That's why I think it's going to be a draw.
So what happens if it's like this? So if it ends in a count out or a disqualification.
There is no disqualification.
Yeah, there isn't. He just said
it. Okay. Well, then that answers my question.
Yeah, it says, looking at the intensity of the feud, the former tag team champion hinted that this would be a no DQ match. Anything can happen in the match, and nothing can stop them from beating each other.
You know what'll take a twist to this? Now I'm just going to throw this out here on a limb. Rikishi interfering and helping Roman.
I'd never see that happening because that's his kid.
I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe he does a super kick or a stink face to him, gets knocked out, and he comes on Raw or SmackDown next week.
Well, because the thing is, it's got to be somebody within the family. But there was the talks of, who was it? Nia Jax and Tamina being the ones that could interfere.
I also heard Junior Fatu, who's on the independent circuit, who just signed a contract with the WWE for NXT, which is their other brother.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I got a feeling, too, Solo's going to have a lot to do with the outcome.
I think Solo's turning on Roman.
That's kind of where I'm leaning, too.
Or Paul Heyman turns on Roman.
What are they going to do with Paul Heyman then at that point?
What are they going to do with Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman's probably going to be tired of Roman saying, hey, I've backed you and your family. You guys thought you could trust me, blah, blah, blah. You didn't trust me. Now I'm here with Jimmy. Or Jay, I'm sorry. Jay's the one that's going against him, right? No, it's main event Jay Uso. So that's just my thought on that. The other match I'm looking forward to see is, I wish this fucking feud would get over. The Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes feud. What the fuck are we doing with this?
Just put the belt on Cody already.
They're not going to do that. They're going to wait till Mania. They're going to wait till Mania is going to be him versus Seth. Or him versus The Miz for the title.
Who's Roman going to lose to?
They're going to, no. Rollins. Rollins going to lose the title.
The titles are split, though, now. So Roman's got one, Seth has the other.
Yeah, did you know that? Seth's got a title on Raw?
Yeah, that and the women's title looks exactly the same.
People were cracking on that and asked him if he was using Becky's belt or his belt.
Well, the thing is when you look at that, it's a modern version of the WCW title.
It is.
But I think Seth might lose tonight.
Who's he go against?
Balor.
It's not happening.
And then you got to worry about...
If he loses to anybody from...
it'll be Damian.
Judgment Day, it'll be Damian.
It might be Dominic.
Oh, God. Please, no.
I mean, he's hot right now, dude. He's smoking. So is LA Knight. He better win the Royal Rumble or the Battle Royal tonight.
He's one of my favorites right now, just because of his whole fucking
Talk to me.
Talk to you.
Yeah.
If LA Knight loses, it's going to be the same kind of riot they had with the whole CM Punk thing back in 2006.
Yeah, let's not get started on CM Punk from AEW. Why is he coming out with the title saying that he never got beat for it and that
Because he didn't.
He
okay,
didn't.
well, he's not the champ.
You don't like CM Punk, do you?
I don't like him because what he's done to the locker room over there and how he thinks he's bigger than or better than everybody, and he's not. It's been proven.
He's
Like,
straight edge. That's why.
And that has nothing to do with it.
I
That has
know.
nothing to do with it. He single-handedly drove a wedge in between the brass at AEW, and he knows he did it, and they know he did it over there. That's why Omega and the Young Bucks don't want to be on the same show as him. And
Makes sense.
it's gonna come to a time where they have to be on the show. But
What do you think about Rob Van Dam versus Jake Perry at All Out?
Good God, does Rob Van Dam look old as fuck?
can he even walk?
Oh yeah, he's still in massive shape.
He didn't-
He's been wrestling on Impact. He hasn't retired. He's been on Impact.
Well, another WWE has been over at AEW that Tony Khan says that he would never bring over there.
And he's bringing everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Well, that was actually Jake Perry's idea because he wants his hands on Jerry Lynn, and Jerry Lynn won't
Can't
go
wrestle.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn can't wrestle.
Oh, speaking of which, I did get an update on my phone during the show that Big E has been told that he should never wrestle again.
Correct. So then what do you do with him moving forward?
mouthpiece of the New Day.
That or
He-
commentating?
No, you can put him with there's that new like Hurt Business thing with Bobby Lashley that's coming out with, you know, the guys from the tag team. The one dude's married to Bianca. I can't think of their damn names.
Street Profits?
Yeah, that's it. Them, and then there's a tag team from NXT that they're supposed to get, and then it's supposed to be Omos and MVP
That's right.
again.
You can keep Bianca. Give me Samantha Irwin.
Oh, you mean Mrs. Ricochet?
She's hot, dude. She's hot.
A lot of the girls are. Kayla Braxton's good looking.
Taylor Braxton's hot, but Samantha Irvin, she's hot.
I'm still trying to figure out how Adam Cole scored Britt Baker.
Because it's Adam Cole, baby.
You're an Adam Cole fan, ain't you?
Yes, I am.
I could tell. You're not an MJF fan, are you?
No, I love MJF. Dude is the best on the mic right now. Dude, I understand he never leaves his character, which is great. Watch some of the fucking shit he does to people at their autograph signings. He'll fucking sign it and then throw it on the floor like, go get it.
I seen that. Did you see the one where he flipped off the kid in a wheelchair? Did you see that one?
Look what I can do. And you can't. And he stands up. I'm like, oh, dude, you're a dick.
He flipped off the one in a wheelchair. That shit was funny because his dad thought that he shouldn't have done that, but his mom's like, he's still in character. And then I guess afterwards, he went on this podcast and he talked about it with Bubba Ray. It was fucking hilarious.
I love MJF right now. He's probably like the best on the mic. And this.
He's MJF in real life. He's MJF on the mic. He's MJF in the ring. The first time I ever heard of him was when they were at WrestleCon and he was on Taz's old podcast. He was a special guest on Taz's podcast. And he's literally sitting there and he's telling Taz, he's like, look at you. He's like, Jerry Lawler had it right. You are just a little dude from the Lucky Charms box. He's like, get out of here. This is my show now. Did you see what he did when he went to the Pittsburgh airport? He simulated taking a piss on the statue of Franco Harris. As I guess he's a fan.
That's kind of funny.
I guess he's a fan of that team that plays up the street.
Is he really?
He came out wearing a Patriots jersey.
Maybe
He's
he
just
would,
doing it for ratings.
Yeah. So real quick, Adam, we're gonna give our predictions for SummerSlam. Who wins the main event?
Unfortunately, Dickhead still continues his whatever reign that he's had on everything. I think Roman wins, or it's a draw somehow.
Who wins between Logan Paul and Ricochet?
Logan probably. It'll be a good match. I mean, give the kid credit. He's done a lot better than most people thought he would do.
Ronda Rousey and Baszler.
Don't care. Don't even care.
Charlotte, Asuka, or
Bianca.
yeah.
I think Asuka retains.
Finn Balor or Seth? Or
I think
Seth
I'm going to
freaking
say
Balor.
Damian Priest because he'll cash
pick.
in,
Good pick.
and I think he might cash in on Finn.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
I could see that happening. I could, now that I'm playing that in my head, I could see Seth losing, Finn winning, and then him turning in the Money in the Bank right there and then becoming a champion.
Yep.
And then that's how Cody wins his belt. Who wins between Cody and
I don't care who wins. Just fucking have this be the last match and be done with this series. I am so done with it.
Heather says, my kid's dad is going to the show tonight in person, but didn't have to work tomorrow. I'd be going too, but I feel like Roman is going to win.
Yeah, I wanted to go.
Probably,
When it came out that it was going to be in Detroit, there was a group of us talking about going. It just never came to fruition.
Yeah,
All right.
I wanted to go too.
Yeah, I got to go to the races. But anyway, real quick, Adam, where can I find you at on social media and your next show?
We got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit, TikTok. You can find me on all the social media platforms. Just look for my name. You'll find me. Doing Aces Monday nights. Sunday nights, we got Perfect 10. Saturdays, I'm here. And then whoever else anybody needs me, just follow me and you'll find out where I'm at.
All right, Lee, where you at real quick?
Money's Crazy Mind. S is a $sign on Facebook. We're taking a break this month just to try to get my mental capacities back where they need to be. Have a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. My mom just had surgery. My godson broke his arm. So I just got a lot going on right now. But we'll be back in September. And then you'll see me next Sunday, 10 to 12 on the #1 sports show on Redline Radio, Steel City Renegades.
All right, guys, for Dynamite Day, for Adam, for Lee Money, we'll see you guys next week. Adam, I'll message you after the show. Have a good one, everybody. You're watching Unscripted. Make sure you guys go check out Puff and Roll here.
Wait. Don't you have 2 comedy shows you have to plug?
I do. Plug them real quick. I got to go because I got to use the bathroom.
All right, so first up, tonight, let me find the picture so that I get all the information correct. Here it is. Tonight, Comedy Slam Fest over at Jazz on Broadway, 105 East 10th Street in Lorraine. GW Nell, Big Rich Green, Redline Radio's own Church Boy, and Brandon White, hosted by Jimmy Chow. Doors at 7, show starts at 8. And then we have August 14th. Pints and Punchlines, open mic night. Headliner will be Timbuktu. We also got CC Bollock, Key Silly, Church Boy, and Tsunami. So that'll be a good one. And that is at Saucy Brew Works. And that is at 400 Park Avenue, Suite 170 in Orange, Ohio. It's the Pinecrest location. And Monday is Buy One, Get One Small Pizza. And that's from 7 to 9. So, all right, Adam, you want to close the show out since Dave had to run away to the races?
Yeah, or off to the restroom, then off to the races. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe, just maybe, I might be in studio. Stay tuned to find out.
You're good. You're good. Oh.
Shoes can change the color or restore your entire patio with little disturbance to your surrounding area. Also offering a wide variety of concrete coatings. If you're in Lorraine or the surrounding counties, visit www.concreteacs.com or call 855-BLAST-24 for a free quote today. Is your stamped concrete discolored?
You got me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi.